Good morning.
Oh my goodness. Under the wire. We haven't caught up at all. I got on approximately 90 seconds ago and we made it.
Yeah. Left me to panic. Let's
Yeah.
forget all the times where I completely didn't even show up at all.
No, but it's good though, because when you're panicking about the show, it means it's going to be a high energy start.
That's true. No time for bumming around. We gotta go right in.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the post out. But I did want to ask you. I did want to ask you while we're waiting for everybody to get into the lobby. What do we call it? The room? The show?
The party house.
The animal house.
Tamus animal house.
The
Very well behaved animals.
like, I wanted to ask, what is clutter to you? Because I don't know if we have the same definition.
Oh yeah, I'm using it very broadly. Or else there's not enough to talk about. I like minimalism. The end. That is not an entire show. Hey,
it is the entire
thanks
show.
for joining us.
I'm gonna make you explain it in multiple ways.
I would love it, but you would be bored to death.
I mean,
that needs to be an individual episode.
I just don't know what else you say about minimalism other than it's not having stuff.
Well, we can talk about what constitutes as stuff, right? We can talk about like physical clutter, digital clutter, inbox zero. It was suddenly still drift towards the exact same topic that we talk about every single week. There's only one topic really, which is our weird little like reinvention of the same old productivity systems.
I don't think. Okay, well,
I'm calling ourselves out.
I think a couple different things. The first one is that truth is unfortunately pretty trite.
I know. Oh, hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for dropping in. Like, most things that are painfully and deeply and intrinsically meaningful to the human experience are trite because a bunch of different people across all of history have experienced it, and they say really pithy things like, oh, you can't understand some of the answers to these questions until you live this thing. And when you're 18, you look at that and you're like, that's dumb. I can understand it. And then you get to your 30s and you're like, oh, maybe I wouldn't have understood it when I was 18 because I lacked the requisite experience or whatever. But
yes, that's why we have to say it a million times until we hear it ourselves.
Yeah, I'm writing an essay about ideas and timing.
Oh, I love it already.
I mean, it's basically. Also mullet check. How's the length today? Pretty good.
Yeah, it's growing.
Yeah. But so basically, there's some ideas that it takes 3, 4, 5 times for it to like hit you at the time in your life where you go, oh, that's meaningful and important, and I can't believe I didn't pay attention to it sooner.
Well, I mean, that sounds like another evergreen essay that can be read at any time. So hurry up and write it.
In the process. Oh, man.
Do you normally type it out first? Do you handwrite it? I forgot your process.
For essays, I typically type, but I've usually made some sort of word vomit or scrap of paper notebook thesis somewhere. And so, yeah, so like, because I'm not going to succumb to the like LLM write an outline for me based on this thesis.
Oh,
because I just don't think that I've never done that and been happy with the outcome. Maybe that changes in 6 months and they got Cameron GPT and it's going to just be better than anything I could write. I don't know. I doubt it. But for me, I typically write the theses down in my workflowy, my little note-taking app. And then from there, I'll figure out a structure. Usually I'll do beginning and end and then fill in the middle. But sometimes I just, buckle down and go straight through.
And what kind of shampoo do you use?
Aussie, I want to say Aussie Rules, but that's a football. That's football. You know, have you ever watched Aussie Rules football?
Like rugby?
No. Oh man,
Is this his
Kristen.
own thing?
It's crazy to me that you're so into some traditionally masculine things like
But
powerlifting.
sports, especially team sports, it's a huge gap. Okay, I'm a
Like
little bit better with individual sports.
like Aussie rules specifically is
Hmm.
just this. It is kind of like rugby, but it's not rugby. Um,
Hmm.
and so it's just this incredibly violent, aggressive game that is just, I think, mostly Australian because it's Aussie rules football. And it is some crazy tackles. I watched one of my classmates at business school was an
Hmm.
Aussie, and we stayed up till like 2 a.m. because that was when the finals were playing.
Oh.
And so I kind of got into it for a couple weeks because in preparation for that.
Hmm. Well, oh, nice to. Thanks for joining us, Abeg. I think you're Abeg on Carcaster. Um,
Big.
yeah, like I played like tackle rugby when I was
Yeah.
younger.
I mean, it's
As
definitely
a
definitely
traditional
ballpark.
with British, schools.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta watch out for the little friends because they get you at the ankles. you're, just, you're just like face down in the mud.
How short are your friends?
Oh, I'm actually considered like a little bit above average height among my friend group.
But
Oh,
ankle tackles are diabolical.
they are, they are. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the person I'm thinking of is now like a very high up consultant.
Good
But she
lord.
was also like of course the genius of the class, and also really good at rugby.
And so now they're a consultant.
Of course.
Ugh. Okay.
Oh.
Kristen,
Mhm.
I know you answered what is clutter, and then you deflected with like a reasonable critique of us, but I think people don't think of it as maybe thoughtfully as they could.
Well, we don't know what people think,
That's true.
but I know you haven't thought about it as thoughtfully as you could.
I mean, I got like there's crap on my desk.
Uh-huh.
Um, I think in terms of mental clutter, I think in terms of open loops, maybe more than clutter.
Yeah, I think that's your fancy ass term for clutter. It's open loops.
It's precision because clutter implies waste, but
But
most
it
of the
is
things
wasted cycles.
I think the state something is in is slightly different than its intrinsic value.
Mhm.
And so you can obviously waste your time on things that are worthless, but you can also waste your time on things that are very valuable and important
How? Seems
by
paradoxical.
like I think it sounds paradoxical, but the way that I think about it is there might be something that's really important to you.
Mhm.
Say you got like trauma from your parents that you're dealing with and you're holding on to that for a long time.
Mhm.
Focusing on it in one way, like ruminating on it, letting it weigh you down, whatever, might be wasted energy, but that's still a valuable thing to acknowledge in your body. Whereas, like, you could process it in a way that's more valuable to you. And so, like, that's like one example of a thing that's useful to you, like, that's important, but might not necessarily be in a state where it's providing value to you to spend time on it.
Okay, I agree with the whole like important but not useful
Yeah.
framing.
Another more accessible one is it's important to plan and make to-do lists, whatever that means to you.
Mhm.
It's sometimes a waste of time to make a new to-do list every day because you're doing that instead of the thing that you actually need to be doing.
Yeah, that's fair. But I can be like, wow, you're now cluttering up your time by doing to do lists or whatever, or making to do lists. But semantics.
So what made you want to talk about it?
Well, it does occupy. Well, speaking of clutter, the topic of decluttering does occupy a lot of my time. So,
Yeah.
but mostly because I enjoy it. It's like my favorite, like background, like screensaver topic.
Okay.
I don't know what yours is, but mine is this clearly. Because like I have this like women's writing group, or now it's like women's just group, like
Yeah.
a friend circle that meets every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And
you've
then
talked
we
about this.
actually, yeah, when we journal what brings us joy or something like that, among what, like, what's scary and what's hard, what came easily and what we like loved or enjoyed. And because we have this in this like giant shared file, like, and I recently put it all through Claude Code to make a little game out of like fun facts or things we've mentioned in the past, and it was
You're addicted to
horrifying
doing
the number
that.
of times the number of times I've mentioned, what brought me a lot of joy? Donating stuff to Goodwill and decluttering and cleaning my apartment. Like, the number of times I mentioned that as the thing is a little alarming.
Now, okay, so we've talked about the, and we can go as deep as you're comfortable with on the
Mhm.
Christian psyche of minimalism. Is it the giving it to somebody that's valuable, because, or is it the getting rid of? Like, would you get the same value if you just threw it in the trash?
Uh, in truth, probably getting rid of is higher. I would
Yeah.
feel more like shitty if I threw it in the trash, right? That's why I bother to do a whole donation thing, and even that is a bit of a scam in America.
Yeah, I
But
was
at
about to
least,
say, like, they throw away a bunch of stuff.
yeah. But at least I tried. And
You're
there's like people who like really, really try and they never get rid of their clutter because they're like looking for that perfect way to recycle or to reuse the thing. Like, I'm not that person either. I'm
so
like out of the house. You get one chance and then it's
yeah.
out of the house.
So I have let me propose something to you.
Mhm.
The idea of a person that enjoys the act of getting rid of their things
Mhm.
is
Psychopathic.
so the idea of a person that enjoys getting rid of their things is in a
Uh-huh.
way creating a person that needs to get more things.
To get rid of, right?
Correct.
That's happening on its own because clearly I have endless things to get rid of. Where did they all come from?
Like, I mean, obviously we all, consume stuff and then have stuff and then get
Right,
rid of
right,
stuff,
right.
hopefully. But
Mhm.
the
It is a very classic like ADHD like thing, right? To be like, I'm gonna pursue this new hobby that requires
Mhm.
stuff, and then be like, oh no, I'm drowned in 1,000 hobbies.
Do
Time and stuff to get out of the house.
does new ho does pursuing new hobbies have to include buying all of the accoutrement for the hobby? I know it's like a fun part of it.
Yeah. I think it depends, right? I would say I have like low stuff hobby already, like compared to some
Okay.
people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
don't have
you
like a
you
wood shop
hike and
or
go out and
yeah. Or like it'll be like stationery that takes up very little space. Like my new watercolor set that's hiding just beneath the screen. Like
Are
things
you
like
doing
that.
watercolor paintings?
I want to. I mean, I've made some before, but not at the rate. But actually,
Yeah.
the most recent thing I think is nothing. It's just like almost like abstract piece of trash
That's
art.
great. That's
But
not
this was done
trash.
using acrylic markers, which are so much like no setup. So I'm drifting towards acrylic markers already once I realized that the pain of setting up watercolors might be a little too high.
What okay,
But
so
so
big
just like something, right, to
yeah.
make stuff, and then I'll quickly be like, oh, this piece of cardboard that I got because they were shipped it together with the Jujimufu book to prevent it from being wrinkled.
Yeah.
It's now a piece of trash I must now decorate, and then it'll become another piece of trash.
Did
But
you
the act
feel
of creating
joy?
it was fun. Like, you know what I mean? I don't actually need to keep the thing I make sometimes.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot of threads in here.
1,000 questions.
I'm interested in all of them. The
Mhm.
one of the big ones, well, first of all, you don't have to have a goal with creating things.
Yeah,
Like,
which took me a long time to learn. I would say throughout the past, like, 20 episodes is where I learned that.
I mean, good, but I mean, like, obviously, I would like you to not have crazy pressure on yourself for longer. But the act of making stuff is, I think, a lifelong process, and obviously, you need to make money to live in a society, but the act of making things, I really think is much healthier to think of as the point, not a means to an end.
Yes. That is
And so
the point of this whole show.
it breaks my heart when you say, I turned a trash into another piece of trash,
Aw.
because it wasn't a waste of your time to sit in the joy of making a little doodle.
Yes, yes.
You know, like, you know, because what is like baked into there, I'm not in your brain, so I don't know for sure, but what is, I think, baked into there
Mhm.
is this isn't valuable unless it gets a ton of likes or
Mhm.
somebody else will buy it or there's some sort of use somebody else gets out of it. And I just don't think the world is set up to value things that have, I think, intrinsic value in the way that like we would perceive of valuing things.
I know. Mm.
Uh,
Lifelong
it,
process of de-learning that.
yeah, it's pretty traumatic. Um, the our friend Sam sent me, who I don't think is on today. What's up, vibes? Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, what is
All right.
the first Lego factory in the US? Like that is so cool.
Yeah, I
Please
don't.
tell us more. Are you working there? Are you making Legos? Are you
Yeah,
enjoying the Legos?
Jarvis, bring up where the Lego factory is.
Yeah.
One day we'll have a Jarvis. The um,
I actually said yeah, as though there is a Jarvis.
the but so Sam sent me a book which I have right here. I didn't plan on showing this, but so it's Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer
Oh.
Rilke.
Oh, what a
There's-
lovely, thoughtful gift.
yeah, and so it's a collection of letters from a pretty famous German poet. Like this is pretty common in the creative writing
Mhm.
community. Collection of letters. Actually, so there's like 10 letters in this collection. I think there's really like five, and then he writes the same thing in a couple different letters. But a lot of it is the sentiment of you have to figure out if you have to write, if you
Mhm.
have to make things.
Mhm.
And if you realize that you have to make things, then all of the other stuff doesn't really matter nearly as much as getting yourself into a position where you can just write things.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have to be a primary function. You don't have to have a job doing it. You don't have to support yourself doing it. But the truest joy you'll find in your life is being aligned with this inherent need to make things.
Mhm.
And so it's along this line of the making things so that you can achieve something else is not a way to be in communion with yourself.
I love that. And I feel like, if we believe that we are the creatures of some higher being, like then the higher being like made us among other things, then we are just mimicking.
Say more about that.
Like it's a sort of like the whole idea of like, is there like a creator god of some
Mhm.
kind, like, or divine being or whatever. And like that being's greatest act of joy is creating. So then
Sure.
we're like, a miniature, like fractional or like fractured, not fractured. What's it called?
Fractal.
Fractal version of that in our own little universe of making. So therefore, it is the most divine thing we can do.
I think that's cute.
You're like, I don't need that to justify it.
Yeah, no, I don't need a cosmic purpose for it.
Mhm.
If other people like that, awesome. I'm not gonna yuck that yum.
Um,
Dungeon Master, Dirt Hippie. It's Letters to a Young Poet. Ouch. There's
but
a
it says
bunch
like
of.
restored edition or something weird or revised. What does it say in that blue banner?
It says restored. So this is
That's
one
an
of those
interesting
things.
phrasing.
So there's like a category of public domain works that are
Mhm.
sold on Amazon where a bunch of drop shipper types
Mhm.
tweak it slightly so they can sell a differentiated version of it.
Does it get them better rankings that way?
I think it's like a false choice scenario.
Oh, because it makes it sound like it's a better version.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
so
so
that's so clever in a twisted way.
clever, I think it's evil, but
Oh.
the but so like this one, I think it's because it's German, so it's translated to English.
Mm,
I think they did a retranslation of stuff. They moved some of the ideas around,
mhm,
supplemented a letter with a portion of another letter on theme.
mhm.
The book itself is immaterial. The source material you can find on a PDF for free online. I firmly recommend that. I like having books, and I really appreciated Sam sending it. But
Yeah.
I actually had before they sent it to me,
Mhm.
I had the PDF open in my tabs. And so I
No
started reading it.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
that is a nice coincidence.
Yeah, it was a beautiful serendipity there. And then I read it on the plane on my trip last week, and so
Oh.
it was nice.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Yeah,
there's
tell us
some
more about your trip, if you're comfortable
well,
sharing.
yeah. Well, well, first there's something deeply satisfying. Like there's something deeply satisfying with
Mhm.
coming to a thought on your own and then
Mhm.
finding it in old literature like 100 or 1,000 years ago.
Mhm.
Like the truth, like the thread of truth of humanity, going through the strands of
Mm.
time up until today, where you're like, oh, I think that this is a behavior that makes my life better. And then you
Mhm.
got like a Marcus Aurelius or whatever saying that. You're like, oh, maybe
Mhm.
there is something to that. Not saying stoicism is the answer.
Oh,
But
I like reading this old Victorian diary where one of us is complaining the other person is making the bed way too hot by having too many blankets and having the fire on too high. So I understand that.
sa-
I'm like,
same
"Oh,
shit, different
like
century.
exactly."
Oh, and
Oh.
Pearl, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Pearl, or PP, as OK Baby calls you.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Ah.
But so trip was good. Teddy, my almost 3-month-old son, is officially a traveler, Mr. Worldwide, the family calls
Mhm.
him now.
I mean, he does the head does look like Pitbull.
Uh, it really helps that he loves attention. I wonder where he got that from.
Oh. Oh.
And
He
so
also looks like a poet, if that can be possible for a baby.
what?
'Cause he always looks every photo you sent me of him, he looks like he's, like, deeply contemplating existential philosophy for some reason. Like,
Okay, yeah,
that's
no,
his
I
default
fully
face.
I fully understand what you mean. I have a bunch of baby photos of me making that exact same face. And so
Oh.
read into that what you will.
I'm imagining little Teddy doing, like, his version of live streaming in the future.
I want him to pursue whatever he finds meaningful. If it's kind of the crap that we're doing, great. If it's something less miserable sometimes, I would recommend it.
Oh,
But so he was good on he
he's a good
waited until
traveler,
we
right?
were on the what?
Oh, he didn't seem like a fussing kinda baby.
I mean, like babies cry, but he travel at the airport was pretty good. There's kind of a bargain that you can make with Teddy
Mhm,
where if the stroller is in motion, like even
mhm,
just rocking back and forth, like pushing back and forth,
mhm,
he's chill.
mhm.
And then the second he's stationary and there's not this stimulus of motion and bouncing around, he gets fussy.
Uh-huh.
And so if needed, I can just, do very lightweight rows for 30 minutes and he's completely fine, which is what I
Mhm,
did at my brother-in-law's wedding, which is why we were going to Mexico.
mhm.
And so I was just in the back up off the beach, just do it like pushing Teddy in the stroller for 45 minutes and he was chill.
Was it like a all-inclusive resort deal?
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
Yeah, it was good. It's
Was it Cabo or Cancun or one of those
can
places?
it was outside Cancun, Riviera
Mhm.
Maya. And so
Oh! Mhm,
yeah, and so, like, I didn't do those kinds of trips growing up with my family. It just wasn't,
mhm.
like, our vacation style, but, my wife's family, that's just kinda, like, what they did, and so they always
It
go
is,
back
like, a
and
really, like, convenient thing to do because you don't have to plan
yeah,
anything.
yeah, and if you have kids, they get to the one thing that they do, which I really or they did when they were younger that I really think is pretty clever,
Mhm,
is they would make the kids eat something new every day at the
mhm.
resort because, like, if they didn't like it, who cares? It's like a buffet. Obviously, you
That
don't
is
wanna be
smart.
wasteful, but so, they integrated this ritual of newness and novelty and expanding your horizons into these trips, which I think is, like, a cool sentiment that we're gonna take on.
Mhm, mhm.
But Teddy was great the whole trip. He slept better than when we were home. I think just because there's so much going on, he got
Mm,
pretty tired.
tired.
He liked the cool salt air. He loved the breeze. He loved everybody doting on him. He did not
Mhm.
like the pool. We dipped his feet in. Not a fan at this point.
Aw, even though you guys have matching bathing suits.
Yeah, yeah, we did. It was just fun.
Well, if you describe the photo, it's like, Cameron in swimming trunks and then the baby in this like full body swimming suit, and they both have this like tropical like leaf pattern.
Yeah, and in that photo, I didn't comment on it because I wanted to see if he'd pick up on it. It looks like he was drowning and I rescued him because he's just like.
Oh, I just thought that's just how babies look.
I mean, sometimes it is.
Okay, so water was a little bit too much for the day.
I mean, the water was cold, and I just think he didn't understand what was happening and didn't like the cold.
I thought that would be nice and tropical over there and warm.
Well, I mean, it was a pool, and it's November, so it's off season, so it was warm, but it wasn't like hot. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, Kristen, I forgot to update my name to something clever.
I was going to comment on that.
Okay. Declutter bug is very clever. What am I gonna do?
In the
Messy mind.
meantime, okay, baby, I like how you are trying to clean your phone with the almost 20,000 screenshots. I feel like you're similar to Cameron in that you have a screenshot for everything.
Yeah, because you get rid of it, and that's the Marie Kondo. Save it. The spark of seeing it is the thing that gives you joy, not necessarily like actually having it.
Oh, I'm gonna annoy you. So, in terms of like digital stuff, like
Sure.
I never delete anything.
I mean, I actually, that doesn't annoy me. I'm kind of the same way
Mhm.
in the sense of it's almost not worth your time to delete stuff
That's
unless
my
you.
logic too. I mean, as long as storage is still within reason. Like I
Yeah.
feel like in the future we're like, we're gonna be like a Minority Report where you can use LLMs to pull up whatever crap you have at whatever time, able to search it. So I need it for my future self.
Well, we're certainly not there now because the Apple photo search is dog
Terrible.
shit. Like I can, unless there is a strip of like text in the photo that you can
Mhm.
exact match, you're not
Mhm.
gonna find what you're looking for.
So when you do your GN posts, like how do you remember how to pull up these meme images without search?
So most of them are pretty real time.
Oh.
And so like not like in the instant, but
Mhm.
so like this morning I was doing some digging on the internet
Mhm.
and I got together like two or three for the next few days. And so I'll
Yeah.
like dig
Mhm.
and it also helps finding like it helps me find more niche things because they're newer, so less people
Mhm.
have seen them in general. So it just maintains its weird energy.
And these are from the TikToks?
Sometimes TikTok, sometimes Twitter, sometimes like other places on the internet that I go to just like dig through the vault. I came up with a new project I want to do.
What?
I
I'll let
want
you
to.
explain, and then I will name your existing projects and be like, "What the
So,
heck?"
so this is actually a modification to an existing project, which is updating my personal site.
Everyone, this is how we fool ourselves. Go on. Not that I have exactly the same project going on, but go on.
So I want to build a permanent feed of weirdo memes that I like. So
Oh,
it's
that
not
is a good idea.
beholden to a TikTok or whatever
Okay.
platform.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and so it's just like, okay, if you're feeling weird, you can go to CameronArmstrong.org/memes, and then it's
Mhm.
just an infinite meme feed.
Mhm.
Obviously, I got to host and store and do all the video shit if I want it like to actually be robust. But then you always have a brain rot feed that is my genre.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a
Pretty
curation.
fun. Pretty
I would
cool.
love that.
Do you say curation?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
curation of stuff you like, which I
Yeah.
think is a huge part of being an artist.
Yeah. The be the memes you wish to see in the world is kind of the energy.
Yeah. And yeah, things disappear on the internet all the time, so I would like it to be properly archived.
Yeah. Reddit's an interesting case study in memes in that Reddit is captured by people that are cooked. Like they're old, it's it's like a normie place now in most parts of Reddit.
Well, okay, they're old, but they're also simultaneously too young. Like,
Yeah, they're like, our teenager or whatever. But I
or
have a
it's just the
sneaking suspicion.
average person. Some of them are like super young because they don't understand certain references. Like, remember the green text that we
Well,
won't reference which meme this is, but or what took
Kristen,
off. But
Kristen, sweet Kristen, there's a lot of old people that don't
we
know what
don't know
green
what green
texts are
text is.
too, because they're not
Fine.
hyper online. And they weren't hyper online at the like
At that time.
energy of the internet. And so
Fine.
like Reddit is now basically,
Okay, I turned into a hipster for Reddit. Sorry about
yeah.
that,
I
everyone.
mean, it's in a way, it's like Facebook.
Yeah.
And so, almost worse because there's a bunch of uncomplicated categories for people to slot into. But in addition to that, it's also astroturf to shit. And so there's like LLM fake posts everywhere. Obviously, there's just the
Yeah,
people
that's my
making up.
biggest beef with it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what comments are real or not these days. And so it's just like you're not going to find anything super esoteric on Reddit unless you dig really, really deep. And even then, it's like esoteric conversations, not cultural production.
So where are you finding these memes on Reddit, if any?
I mean, why would I give away my sources?
Oh,
But
guess someone's gonna gatekeep.
no,
I'm not the biggest hipster after all.
like there's some like I don't know the exact names, but there's some like
Yeah.
Gnostic-esque subreddits. There's like
Mhm.
spiritual, like people that are hyper online tend to congregate in like those weird edges or like those
Yeah.
pockets of Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like Reddit is not. If I'm like, ooh, I want to find some good memes, I don't go to Reddit. I find some on Reddit sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, my internet spending habit has now moved to cyberspace.online, my newest favorite
Oh yeah,
social platform.
I saw a couple posts on that, and then I didn't participate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of opening too many cans of worms and projects, I'm like, oh, that's the thing. I feel so torn because I'm like, Cameron, you would love it. But I'm also concerned that you would love it too much because it would suck up a lot of time.
So like, what's happening in there, and will it help me declutter?
It's our people. It's
How
people
many?
going, hello world. Wow, I would never thought I would find a place that's free of AI generated content and algorithms. Today I set up my TTRPG. Like those kinds of people. I'm also like people who are into like narcissism. Like it's almost like squarely the topics we talk about.
Is it more like cozy web stuff?
It's like VIP like L. Like imagine
Got it.
L, but like now there's like 2,000 people like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they somehow all found this website.
That's nice. I mean, the vibe definitely traps people.
Yeah, and like it's like kind of like a Twitter feed thing. It's got an IRC type thing. Images show up as the kind of like the L like vibes.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it's very dangerous.
no, I'm trying to figure out how to pose this question
Mhm.
because we had this conversation maybe 6 months ago,
Mhm.
and maybe even longer than maybe a year ago. But it
Mhm.
was a conversation about how differently we value relationships.
Mhm.
And so, obviously, I really appreciate everyone that shows up for the show. Love like the back and forth. Love talking to people. Like, what's up, Bayou? And then Dungeon Master, yeah, I hear you. The ADHD tendencies. I went down a rabbit hole. Thanks again for those videos. But so you being excited to host events where a bunch of people can meet a bunch of other people and like cultivate this sense of community doesn't hit for me.
But you're on Farcaster all the time.
But what do I do on Farcaster?
Just post.
Yeah,
So this is a place where you can just post. Like it doesn't require that.
Okay, so sorry. Then my interpretation of what you were saying was it was much more interactive because IRC is chatting. It's like back and forth.
Yeah, well, sorry, maybe that's the overemphasis. The IRC is like 10% of the whole thing. It's not very active right now.
Yeah.
But like, it's like a little feed. It's almost like early Firecaster, where it's like actually just enough content where you can scroll through and you run out of content. You'll be like, oh, okay, everyone's done posting for the day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you know what I mean? It's small enough where it doesn't feel like socially overwhelming.
got it. Okay. So then I definitely am not going to spend time there because I can't.
Because
I can't
again, you might
invest.
like it too much.
No, I can't invest time in anything that won't set me up for the next 5, 10 years, unfortunately.
So I feel like you might find people who would enjoy your work there. That's the only thing where I'm like, oof, there is like a tangential good reason,
Yeah.
but
There is like an underground early community, art like cult
mhm.
kind of energy that is useful. Um, I'm just kind of stuck on that essay that I shared with you the other day about the honey bear artist guy.
Yeah. And I feel like, but his murals have to show up at the right place, right? Like a lot of his stuff, like I think he's probably living near me, as I've seen his work
Yeah.
all over in real life.
Cool.
And so like you have to have the right audience, like or people who vibe with your stuff. Right, because it's like perfect product, like image fit, or as he's described it, it requires you to keep trying different images until you find something that resonates with people. But I think that's not what he doesn't talk about. It's like, where do you find the people? Like, and he talks about how there's gatekeepers, like gallery owners and whatever, and that's not his path. He went with a more like popular path,
Yeah.
commercial artist essentially.
Yeah, but like that
Mhm.
path is also not in those small places. It's on like Instagram.
Mhm.
And so the like
Oh, I
subtext.
see what you mean. Yeah, if you're gonna have to choose between like this and Instagram, and you want to have your work pop, then you should choose Instagram.
Yeah, his course. I can't remember his name, but
The
like
guy.
yeah, but like his
Yeah, I have it open right now. It's
oh sick.
FNNCH, like
Uh,
Finn.
oh Finch. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Isis,
could
thanks
just
for
drop the
dropping
link
in.
to the essay into the chat.
Yeah, but like the thesis of essentially you don't know what's gonna hit when you live like a creative life, so you
Mhm.
have to make as much as possible.
Mhm.
And then when you find something that does resonate with people, the market rewards repetition. So, like
Mhm.
variations on that theme instead of
Mhm.
you doing a completely different thing.
Yeah. Oof, that's a hard pill to swallow from that essay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's hard, but it's also, I don't know, it's kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing where there's like real risk of audience capture and not making things that are resonant with you, but
Mhm.
he's very deliberate in saying you still need to make things that are meaningful to you. Just
Mhm.
realize that if you are trying to make multi-box moves,
Mhm.
you're going to lose a lot of people doing that. And so, you can't do everything all the time, and so like the decision you make is, oh, do I pivot around this idea to get stability or grow an audience that helps me like earn the right to
Mhm.
experiment with more things.
Mhm.
And if you look at any of these really interesting, I want to say polyglot, but that's not the word, polymath. If you look at these really interesting polymath creators like the Donald Glovers or the
Mhm.
Henry Rollins or the David is David Lynch one? I would say David Byrne maybe a little bit more, but the very interesting polymath creators like that
Mhm.
do really hit with one thing first, and they've experimented with the other stuff before, but they use their credibility in the established area
Mhm.
to grow into something different or interesting, right? Like Donald Glover with his comedy, that was like a big era of his life. And then
Mhm.
from there jumped into music, from there jumped into Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of different, like the path has to make sense so that people can follow along with you, as opposed to this scattershot. Oh, I'm gonna like get hyper obsessive and half finish a book, and oh, I'm gonna do some music for a little while. Like if it's not coherent in terms
Mhm.
of like what other people can consume, it's not gonna
Mhm.
serve you. is like, this is
Yeah,
me
yeah.
talking to myself.
Right, right. And then like that essay really made me reflect on what historically has like hit for things I've created and how I'm very reluctant to revisit them because I get bored of it.
Yeah.
And I need to like sit with that and be like, okay, dude, like what is this sensation of boredom that I feel when I do something that I think is too repetitive to myself?
Is the boredom a cover for feeling trapped or constrained?
Hmm. Like a little bit of that, a little bit of that, like, you know, oh, is this gonna be commercially successful trap that we talked about earlier? Like, but there's also some like a third something else I think is at play, and I haven't figured out what that is yet.
Is it in a feeling of inauthenticity?
Mm, I don't think so. I feel like inauthenticity is so for better or for worse, not a problem I have.
I mean,
I cannot like betray that at all, as you know, like to the detriment of many areas of my life.
yeah, I mean, I think it's good
There's
to
one thing I'm
eventually,
good at, is being authentic.
I mean, it's good to be able to, it's bittersweet when you realize you can't put on the lizard skin anymore.
Yeah. I just like burst at the seams. People are like,
Yeah,
something is
it's
off.
itchy, it's
You know that Men in
uncomfortable.
Black, you know, the guy who puts on the guy's skin.
Sugar
A
water.
lot. Like that's me when I try to do that.
Dude, that's such a good scene. That scene had me in a chokehold when I was a kid.
It's so good. It's so good.
Me, me,
Totally
me and my
made
brother would
sense.
watch it over and over again. The
Oh, that movie ages well. It's so
It does.
clever.
It does.
Men in
Um,
Black, the original one, is what we're referring to.
yeah. Oh, dungeon. Okay, so would I benefit from a sort of genius? I'm kind of in an era of my life where I really want to focus on speaking with my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And what's hard for me when I'm in like a group of people, like it's a beautiful thing to riff and improv and get other people's like ideas and remix them. But I've spent a good chunk of time doing that at
Mm-hmm.
different times of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, I end up emulating other people as opposed to really speaking in a way that I think I want to be speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And so for now, I'm trying to be like I consume, I read stuff, but not in a way where I'm immersed in it, because I think for whatever reason, like I'm impressionable enough that I will adapt other styles like more explicitly than I would like to if I'm watching a bunch of something or reading a bunch of something or talking a bunch with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I think it's like a remnant of my masking youth. Does that make sense?
Where you're more like I was thinking hermetic, but I realized wait, that's not the right word.
Hermaphroditic? Is it like, no, the chameleon and like I've spent a lot of my life fitting into different groups.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like distracting, right? Because
Yes.
like the natural way to relate to people makes you change a little bit and you
Yeah.
lose that essence of yourself. I totally do the same thing.
Yeah, you
Um
posture, especially if it's like a group with any hint of cool in it
mhm.
because you're trying to like be cool to these other people that you think are cool. And I just
Yeah.
don't want to do that. Like I want to make my shit and then feel confident in my vibe before I integrate into other groups like that again, I think.
Yeah. And relatedly, in my possession is a photo of emo Cameron that we will release upon 10,000 subscribers.
Like a gun to my head.
So please subscribe if you would like to contribute to this release of this very heartwarming photo.
It's a pretty good photo.
It is a really good photo. And okay, baby, thank you so much. I wanted to say thank you, auntie, and I don't know whether that's something that people do in Nigeria of calling other people's parents aunties.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Okay, so and then Dungeon Master slash Hippie says, I have a friend who lives in Vienna. She joined the writers group. They share what they're working on, but don't share what they write or solicit feedback. I love the idea. Yeah, I think that's a healthy thing to do.
I
Because
can
some people
get
just
that.
aren't ready for feedback yet.
Yeah.
And I've learned to like say that when I share things with friends now. It's like because I don't want them to waste their time too. Of like I'm just
Yeah.
sharing, I'm not seeking feedback so that we don't go into the feedback mode.
I just want you to listen to me is the the
Yeah, I'm not.
narcissism
Actually, it's
energy.
even worse. I'm like, I want a little bit of your attention right now.
Yeah. But
Validate
I mean,
me.
I fully get that, you know? And that's why people are going into LLM psychosis, right?
Right,
Because
right,
they just
right.
want somebody to gas them up, which I get.
Yeah, I do.
Uh,
And he says you're not fired for being late.
I
Well, we
mean
don't have that policy.
I mean, Kristen doesn't, but if she doesn't show to the next stream,
Mhm.
watch yourself.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, he says, speaking of decluttering, my latest like very I can't decide whether it's a very cluttered breakfast or very decluttered is the Balkan breakfast. Have you heard of that?
Is it
It's
a
a meme.
cigarette?
Not that one, which is also a meme, but it's one where it's just this
Oh, it's
Eastern
cigarette and
European
vodka.
guy.
Sorry. What is
He's
it?
just
Sorry, I just
sitting
interrupted.
there. He's drinking something. I don't think it's vodka. It looks almost like orange soda or something. I know it's very bizarre, but
Fago?
he's just eating like loose vegetables. Like there's a pepper, there's a cucumber, there's a tomato, and there's like a little bit of cheese. And he's like taking like one bite of tomato, eating a bit of cheese, rips a hunk of bread, eats that too.
Where did you get a tomato in the Balkans?
They have all sorts of vegetables. um, I'm sure they have summers too and grow all sorts of things. But yeah, like that's how I've been eating lately. I've been really enjoying it, and it's like so like monstrous, because you're just like dripping juices everywhere. It's like a deconstructed sandwich essentially.
Sounds like a lot of work. I'm not
Right. Well,
in the
it's
meals
it's
that
no
take work.
work because all you do is mildly wash the vegetables. You put it on a cutting board. You don't even have to chop anything, and you just like eat it. Like you eat a green pepper like an apple.
That's psychopath behavior.
Yeah. So speaking of which, tell us more about your boy slop meal,
Oh yeah,
which is a form of minimalism.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's as zen as I'm gonna get these days, I think.
Mhm.
The I mean,
Okay, so to recap, it's a bowl with green beans,
frozen green beans, yes.
frozen green beans, ground turkey, and there's a
Yes.
third thing.
Instant mashed potatoes.
Oh, instant mashed potatoes. That's what it is.
And so I cook like a big 3-pound batch of ground turkey, classic boy seasonings of onion powder, garlic powder, paprika for some color, and a little low heat. And then I put in crushed red chilies because I like a little kick. And then you microwave it and put it in a bowl, and then
When you microwave it?
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna eat 3 pounds of ground beef at once.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Well, once you meal prepped it, and then.
Yeah, so I make the turkey ahead of time. The
Mhm.
instant mashed potatoes are pre-portioned in little cups, and then I make like I cook a bag of the green beans, and then I just portion it out. And so,
Mhm.
if we want to be real specific, I weigh out a portion of the ground turkey into a bowl, microwave that. While that's microwaving, I put the instant mashed potatoes together, swap the microwave, do that. Then I put the green beans into the bowl with the chicken so it warms a little bit. And then when the potatoes are done, swap it back, another minute in the microwave, all mixed together. Yum.
And then, like, is the mashed potatoes have flavor already in it? Like, which brand are you buying?
I mean, it's just like classic Idaho potato, instant mashed potatoes.
Is it just dehydrated potato flakes in there, or is there other stuff in there?
No, it's not like you can get the ones with like cheese or,
Mhm.
not parsley, chives,
Mhm.
sour cream chives, but
Yeah, yeah. You
it's
got a
just,
plain one?
I mean, like all of the seasoning comes from the ground turkey.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and so you don't have. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you could do it again, but
Mhm.
I'm going for speed, not speed and low effort.
Mhm.
And so
How's that
that
been
is it.
like?
What was that?
Yeah, how's the diet been like? Like, how do you feel about it?
I like. It's annoying that it's not very hard. It's just kind of boring and consistent. And
I mean, you
so
can switch up the seasonings if you want to. I can't even see you wanting to do that.
no, I'm pretty consistent with it. And then so like for my body weight, my rough calorie target is like between 2,200 and 2,500
Mhm.
for like a slight deficit because I'm still
Mhm.
lifting pretty hard.
Mhm.
And so I'll have a protein bar in the morning before the gym. Afterwards, I'll have like a meal replacement shake or a
Mhm.
Fairlife, the protein milk.
Not
And
sponsored, but I do have one right next to me.
it's a great product.
It is good.
I mean, I would take a sponsorship from them
I
for
know.
sure.
Well, that'll be Coca-Cola. Well, I guess it's from your
Yeah,
neck
my
of the
dad
woods.
worked for Coke for 30 years, and so
Oh, right. You literally Oh, I forgot about the Georgia Coke.
this, you know, poison, like stealing water in India aside, I
Mhm.
am, for better or worse, a Coke stan for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Oh, I will get maybe asked about your workout split too, but I wanted to hijack that question with my
Yeah.
minimalist workout, and then you can answer with your workout split.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
so the kettlebells have continued. I actually
Right.
like so sometimes speaking of ADHD and buying shit for hobbies, right? I'm always afraid when I buy exercise equipment that I don't use it. But I like the kettlebells have been consistently used. I'm very proud of myself.
Are you
Um,
doing
and
Turkish get-ups?
No, it's very funny that you bring that up because you also asked me like, "What do you want to do with church get-ups?" I don't. I know how to do it. I don't like it because I think the injury risk is a little high for what you get for me. So I
Mhm.
do a double clean and press, and then I do swings. I also do. Well, I guess the swing is almost like part of the double clean and press because you need to swing it to get onto your rack position. And then I also do squats and presses, which is essentially a thruster.
So
Um,
do you do like the Olympic lift squat or like a goblet squat?
the goblet, because
Yeah.
you can't really do the normal squat with the kettlebell. And then I also do the rows with them because you can also row the kettlebells.
Like a bent over row?
Yeah, like a
Like
bent over row.
double or like
Mhm.
on a chair?
I well actually because of the weight I got, it's a little awkward. It's actually just a little too light for rows for me to do
Got it.
double hand. So I do like a single side on each side.
No big
Um,
deal. Christian's pretty strong.
well, I'm a fraction of how strong I used to be, and I am like disproportionately strong for my size. And I'm trying to get used to saying this due to the current muscle mommy phase that you guys have put me on. And then I also do push-ups and sometimes chest presses with it. But I
Okay.
think push-ups are actually a little bit more skill. Like it's a little harder for me, so I should do that a little bit more.
You
But
do
yeah,
push-ups
essentially
on
this
the handles?
no,
Yeah,
I
I
regret
think
buying
that's
the brand that
not
I
safe.
got because it's not stable enough. Some
Yeah.
people do it. It actually looks pretty cool if you can do like a push up and a renegade row, like with
Oh,
the
sure,
same
yeah.
kettlebell. But mine are a little bit like dangerous to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially a full body workout that works the posterior and the anterior chain, both upper and lower body. Um,
What,
so
you
I've been
don't
really
do
loving that.
overhead tricep extensions?
You can do that, but I feel like if you do the thruster press movement, because it has to be a little bit more front rack, it gets your triceps anyway.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been cranking that out, and I like it because like it doesn't require my brain to think anymore because I've done these movements like for a long time, like
Right.
20 years apparently. It's how long I've been doing kettlebells, which is a bit horrifying. Because I did it since college. I discovered Pavel when I was in college. In fact, my
Right.
workout resembles Joe Rogan's workout. Now that
That's
I
funny.
really think about it.
When Kristen cold plunge video.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's simple enough that I can like watch some stupid YouTube video, such as decluttering, and I can do like sets of it, and watch YouTube at the same time. But yeah, how's your workout split?
So I'm a big fan of Jeff Nippard, who,
Oh,
for anyone unfamiliar, he's a pretty short dude, but he's pretty
Cameron,
jacked.
they all are.
They aren't all short. There's
Some of
some
them, come on.
behemoths out there, but he's like a science-based lifter. I think he's pretty on it with his thoughts about lifting. I've done pretty much like every major power building split, which is what he
Mhm,
kind of calls it, which is like some parts powerlifting, some parts
Mhm.
bodybuilding.
Mhm.
Focus this cycle because it's just kind of chaotic being a new dad, and I needed a morale boost. I'm doing that with a shoulder yoke supplement, and so it's like the normal power building cycle with kickers for like lat raises, rear delt raises, things like that, on the upper body days, and then a shoulder day specifically. And so that's been a lot of fun, and I really like that a lot. And it's almost like you can't build a ton of muscle while you're in like a deficit necessarily, but the fact
We
that,
must fool ourselves about that.
I mean, the science is the science. You can
Uh,
build muscle at a deficit, but like the fat has to burn, but the protein needs to build. Like, I don't know.
no.
I'm not
So
trying to
sad.
think too hard about it. I'm trying to declutter my process about it,
Mhm.
because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, it's not important to my life to be in incredible shape or be a fitness model or anything like that, other than the fact that I have long-term body dysmorphia, and I
I was
want to
gonna
look
say,
better.
like your young you left you with a mission.
Yeah. And so, I mean, like, I want to do that because I think life is about sampling the breadth of things that you can do.
Mhm.
And so for me, one of the things that I've always wanted to do is, I have it specifically written as have abs, but it's really be in like fitness model aesthetic
Mhm.
shape.
Okay.
And
My
so
IRL friend Lewis is gonna zing me. And
I
I'm
don't know, it might
bracing
zing
for it.
me.
Oh, the other
The
book I've been really into that I've annoyed Cameron about is Juji Mufu's Legendary Flexibility. Not sponsored. He's
Yeah.
another YouTuber, and he's known for being super jacked and being able to do the splits.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've always like wondered like how he actually trains, and he's very clever. Oh, and he used to be in biotech sales or marketing. So I also like the fact that I'm like, oh, we're actually from the same line of career.
Kristen just wants to be Juji Mufu.
I do. I think he's super cool, and the way he thinks about like fitness is very different from the other influencers. Is because like he does a lot more of these like he's like training with a giant sword these days. He legit wants to be an anime character, which I think
Sure.
is so nerdy at the same time that I find it really refreshing.
I mean,
But yeah,
but
his book
it's
actually talks about how he trains, and he doesn't disclose this in his YouTube. I think that's what's kind of clever. It's that he
yeah, I
never
mean,
tells you
that's
the
how you sell
how,
the
and you
book.
have to pay for this book. That's like,
Yeah.
it's like $25 now. But it's worth it. Like I'm like, oh, like once I read even just 10 pages, I'm like, oh, that was worth the price of the book.
Now, in investigating his arc,
Mhm.
did he have a normal start? Because
Mhm.
I know swinging a sword doesn't turn into Mufu bodybuilder build.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but there are supplements involved.
Exotic supplements
It looked like it's
injected.
filled, but had flexibility though. Like you can't supplement that. I think you have to put in the time, right?
Now,
He
that's an
actually
interesting
has some
question.
supplements related to flexibility, but they are like more to do with like energy and
Sure.
focus. I don't want to
Well,
say what they are because you really have to buy the book, and also I don't want to accidentally endorse the supplements that I'm not sure if I would ever take. But
chat, you
um,
heard it here. Kristen wants you to take ivermectin.
not
You-
sponsored. But yeah, like in the beginning of the book he talks about how a lot of it is like making into a lifestyle. Like, are you bending over to like fix your oven and things like that? Like, and that is the true secret, is that he
so-
makes it into a very important game for himself. And he talks about how, like, because I want to be like known to be a famous awesome person, I've
yeah,
tied being flexible to that, therefore I will spend all my time working on it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that you could juice to get more flexible. Like, it's not the same,
Mhm.
but
What would
like
you juice with?
relaxing.
Oh. Well, no, I'm like, no, because he train like, at least according to his philosophy,
Yeah.
you train it like strength. So it's a lot actually of strength movements, and like what he does is he puts a lot of weight while stretching. And he says that there is actually an irony here because when he's doing the chair splits, he says it's actually easier with weight than without because the weight's
Yeah.
pressing on you. And like a lot of it is about control and the isometric tension. So
Mm.
it's not as like opposite of strength as people think. It's actually using the same thing you do as you when you do like powerlifting movements, which I thought was super interesting.
I mean, there's got to be a middle ground there because not every person that's very flexible is also jacked. But I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying.
Right, right, right. And
Interesting.
I also think it's kind of unfair because like I'm naturally quite flexible. My mom can do like touch her like palm to the ground like, and she's in her
Yeah.
70s, 80s. So it's like I think there's a huge genetic component to it as well.
I mean, that's a story of all athleticism.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, yeah, like everyone starts off different. And he does account for that. He's like, but he says that you can still train towards it, but you have to really, really want to because it's really boring.
Yeah. I mean, everything incredible is underneath it, like
Mhm.
actually pretty boring.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what makes it incredible is like dealing with the boredom of getting to the point that's incredible.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's if because you had a time when you were trying to prevent injuries and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing actually I injured myself on this trip. Too
You
many.
did.
I did.
What?
I got too excited and flew too close to the sun, just full Icarused it. The so
Do I need to
I
send you the pain patches again?
yes,
Oh, okay. I
anytime you
will.
have them, send them to me, please.
Okay. Okay.
But so I didn't injure myself,
Mhm.
but I went into like a muscle spasm. Okay, so here's
Mhm.
what it did. I was on vacation. I'm trying to not be a crazy person. I'm not going to go to the gym every day on vacation. Also, we got a
Mhm.
baby in a new country, so we got to be like reasonable.
Mhm.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym twice. I'm going to do like 2 full body workouts, one
Mhm.
focused on upper body, one focused on lower body.
Mhm.
I screwed up because I did the lower body day second.
Mhm.
And so I did the lower body on Thursday when we were leaving on Friday. And
Oh.
I got really excited
Mhm.
because the hotel gym had a
I'm sure it
leg
was super
press.
good, right? Yeah.
It was pretty good. And so I had a leg press, I had, leg extension, leg curl, like all these things that I don't have in my basement. So I was like,
Mhm.
all
That
right,
you're
I
not
gotta get them
used to
all.
doing.
Yeah. And so on the leg press, it's just leg press is like a fun ego
Mhm.
exercise, right?
Mhm. Yes.
And so but the problem with leg press is it's a glute exercise, but it's also like a lower back stability exercise.
Mhm. Yeah, especially if you're really going for the bend.
Yeah, and so I ended up fatiguing my lower back on the main lift and then doing a bunch of other
Ah.
stuff to fatigue it more, and then I
Ah.
didn't get any sleep because my baby wakes up at 2 AM,
Mhm.
and then we left the next day, and I was in a van for an hour, and then going to the airport on a plane, and then I think the thing that really killed me was that the parking garage here, like, we were in a terminal where our car was not, so we had to trek across, like, outside and
Mhm.
3 suitcases over pavement, and it's just a bad time. And so on Saturday morning, I woke up old man stiff. I was like, "Oh, no." Uh, and so I did some digging, and, it was like a CNS, like, muscle spasm, which
Mhm.
is what happens when your back's trying to protect itself from getting injured.
Yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So it's like an overuse response, and then the
Mhm.
treatment is basically alternating heat and then stretching and then letting it cool in
Mhm.
non-constricted positions, like standing and walking
Mhm.
around. And so I've been rehabbing it for the past 3 days. I would say I'm like at 75, 80%. This morning I did kind of like a mobility focused upper body workout just to like get some tension through the muscle again and keep it
Mhm.
moving. But I'm out of commission this week, and then we got a holiday next week. Also, we got to figure out if we're gonna do the show next week. But I'll be back to lifting in December.
Okay. All right, I'll send the paint patches. But I
Old
also
man problems.
wonder, like, because I was doing the kettlebell workouts with Yuhang, who sadly also injured herself in her attempt to match me, which is some a little bit of ego kettlebell when swinging happened.
Yeah.
Um, but I also realized that there's a form thing where she doesn't like because I had to learn how to brace, which is a
Yeah.
very unattractive move, by the way. But that protects your lower back when you
Yeah.
blow out your abdomen. And I wonder if are you really, really blowing it out when you're trying to do things?
Christian, are you asking me if I'm blowing my back out?
There's so many possible jokes here, given the current political jokes that are going on. No, but you know what I mean. Like technically, it's like you're a soda can, and you're like pressuring your abdomen out to protect your lower back.
Respectfully, yes, I know the Valsalva maneuver,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Okay.
I understand how the hydraulic press of your body works.
The boys love it when you ask them if they're lifting with good form. Everybody.
Like, yeah, but I'm doing it right. I just got it, like you said, ego lifting. The ego lifting is, you can get away with it when you're in your 20s. You cannot in your 30s. You just got to be smart about it.
Yeah. Yes, and I've also thrown out my back plenty of times, so I'm not saying I'm immune or I figured out a way to not hurt myself.
Okay Banger is the official podcast of blowing your back out.
Yes. So sad.
Kristen, I'm gonna point blank ask you, what are you gonna do to declutter your life this week?
Does this count as decluttering? I've been speaking of accumulation era as well, I've been building my version of littlefeelings.com by redoing my website. It turns out decluttering my own writing is such a pain in the butt.
It's hard.
Because I'm like, oh, like there's a part of me that's like, oh, you should edit this and blah blah. But there's another part of me that's like, oh my god, you have no time. Like you just slap everything back on just for now, and like I come back and do that. So yeah, there's a lot of like conversion into markdown files and little cleanups going on right now.
Nice. I mean, you gotta make it exist first before you can make it good.
Yeah. And then the reason why I'm doing that is actually related to my job hunt situation as well, which is kind of good because I feel like, there's always been like the content creator Kristen and job hunt Kristen are like two people who are fighting each other all the time for time. But yeah, my career coach, whom I love, has been super helpful. Like, and we're working out like a content strategy for me where I am writing about things I'm doing anyway as I research companies and whatever.
Nice.
And like turning that into like a holistic stream of content. Because like another part of me that always feels guilty is that what I'm working on is not really apparent to some populations of people who follow my stuff.
Yeah, I would say most.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how do I unify the stream so that I don't feel like I'm always like working on something that's just a little bit off from what people are thinking I'm working on, Yeah. So yeah, that's the main decluttering that's happening right now.
Nice. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
So this week, well, first of all, before I get into that, do you view Little Feelings as my personal site?
Not completely, right? Because it's only your poetry right now.
Yeah.
I assumed there was gonna be like a new thing that's like umbrella company, and Little Feelings is one of the verticals.
Yes, that's exactly it. I have CameronArmstrong.org. I'm trying to get
I don't think I know that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get CameronArmstrong.com, but it's owned by this architect in Texas. And every year I send him an email, and every year he's just like, stop bothering me. But one day I'll get it. Or I'll come up with like a funny name. It is unfortunately in midstream of getting updated. So if you check it today, it'll probably be very different in like a week.
But this is new. I have not seen this before.
I've had the domain for like 5 years, and it's been up for 5 years.
It's really nice already. Like I feel like people should look at it, even if you're
I appreciate that. It's missing a ton of my recent stuff, but it is my vibe. My decluttering is in a similar vein, but much more focused around building a system in which I can explore, or I can do the various things that I'm doing, but do them in the same way, just work on different things. And so like it's working pretty well. There's going to be a new Little Feelings newsletter, hopefully out today. Already sneakily uploading some poems on there. As I'm reviewing them, I realize a lot of them aren't very happy, which makes sense given the grief cycle of the past few months. But so mentally prepare yourself for that. I did a ton of decluttering right before the trip, in that my office is almost back to like nice looking, which is incredible because it was a pot. Like I got everything
Well,
out
we
of the car.
demand photos.
I'll
Post them in the
maybe.
Discord later.
Yeah, when it's like done. And
Yeah.
so the decluttering really is specifically I have a box of, oh goodness. My camera overheated. Well, I mean, maybe that's a call, but I got a box of stuff that I
Mhm.
gotta get through, and there's bills that I have to pay in there. And if I can get through that box, my life will be perfect and good.
Okay. Well, I can't wait till you empty that box. And
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it is time for you to get a new camera. I was actually resisting you buying new stuff, but now I'm like, oh, maybe it's time.
Yeah. All right. It is what it is. Love y'all. Thanks for hanging out.